Oh my God. I can't believe this guy asked this question. Ever had a crush on your mixed partner? If so, who? The answer is, what's up everyone? This is Tony and welcome back to the TLZ channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of doing a podcast, we're actually doing a Q&A. I did put a question thingy on Instagram, and there's actually you guys came up with a lot of good questions, but just keep in mind, if you do want to participate in stuff like this, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I will put it in my in the description down below, so definitely check that out. Also, before we get into the video today, I do want to remind everyone to go sign up for the online physical training class that Coach Lei and I are doing. Make sure you do that. You can DM me in my Instagram, or you can email me in my email down in the description down below as well. All right, so let's get into the video. So the first question. Best badminton achievements. My best badminton achievements, I won 9 junior national titles, and then I also got a gold medal in junior Pan Ams, and I played in the 2018 junior world championships. As you can see, those are my pictures. Shout out to Arthur's mom for hooking me up with those pictures. They're really nice, good quality pictures. But yeah, those are my achievements. I also got top 4 for I think it was Thomas Cup trial, but yeah, I did get those. So yeah, next question. Person or pair or both you found the hardest to play in juniors? That's a good question. Oh yeah, by the way, I do want to I'm not in my usual recording place. I'm actually in my room today because I thought I'd change it up a little bit, give you guys a different view. All right, so yeah, but anyway, back to the question. Person or pair? Let me think. For the person, it would probably be Eric Duong, because I've played against Eric for literally my entire life. Back then, it was more when we were younger, it was always me and Eric in the finals, whether it was doubles, mixed, or singles. It was just always us in the finals playing against each other. So, but for doubles and mixed, he's not really a doubles mixed player. He's more of a singles player. So I have that upper hand for that. But usually when I play him singles, it's just, when I see him on the court, I just know it's going to be a long game. It's going to be tiring. And usually by the time I get to the finals for singles, I'm just already worn out from everything, because I usually played 3 events back then. So yeah, Eric Duong is definitely I hate playing Eric. That's for sure. That's everybody else, at least I'm but Eric just has that different vibe with me because I played him for so long. But a pair, man, a pair that I found the hardest to play in juniors. I don't know. For doubles, it would probably be the team that Derek and I played in World Juniors, which was from China. They were tough. I guess you can say they're the toughest. But in juniors, I don't know, because usually for juniors, for pairs, for doubles, we usually play older kids. So I guess they were all pretty challenging for us. So yeah, I think that's a good answer. I don't think there's one specific team that was super challenging for us. But anyway, next question. Most awkward moment on court. Oh, this one's funny. This one I know for sure what I want to talk about. So for the most awkward moment on court, it actually happened in I think it was the 2018 Nationals. 2018 Nationals in, I think it was Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So state of cheese, yes. And we were in this new, they just built this, you can call it an arena if you want, but they just laid out the courts and we kind of just played there. I mean, they're trying to, allow junior players to play in bigger arenas and stuff for nationals and stuff. So yeah, anyway, the most awkward moment. So what happened this tournament was, just to give everyone a little background story, I got hurt second round in singles against, I think it was Charles. I pulled my hamstring really bad, and then in the middle of the game, one of our teammates, I think it was Benji, his dad is a physical therapist, so he came on the court and helped me fix my leg up a little bit so I can keep finishing, I can keep playing and finish the game, right? And and I was able to win the second round and then move on to quarters, right? And in quarters, I got hurt again. It was against Aaron Lowe from Bintang, and we were playing third game. I don't know why I got to third game, but it got to third game that day, and I like towards the end of the game, it was almost over. Like I was winning, it was almost over, but it was a little tight, you can say, which was a little weird. But I like jammed. There was one shot where I jammed my foot into the ground, and I didn't know at the time, but after the game, I found out that I like jammed my big toe into the ground, and like it was just excruciating pain. And I remember like I after I like did that like movement and I jammed it, and I turned like I was still looking at Aaron, right? But I didn't show any expression because I didn't want him to think that I was hurt or anything. But once I turned around to my coaches, I was like, oh my God, my foot. And then I turned around back to Aaron, and I was just like dead face, right? Because I was like, I didn't want to show him that like I was feeling any pain. But yeah, that like I got hurt, and then now I have a pulled hamstring, and I was doing rehab for that like the entire tournament after that, because I got to keep playing the games. And I got a pull hamstring, I got a jam toe. And after the game, I couldn't even walk off the court because it was just so painful. And I took off my shoe, and my sock was just covered in blood because like it was jammed really badly. And I was pretty, I was a big guy, so there was a lot of weight into it too. But yeah, that was, and then, okay, now to the awkward moment. That's the background story. Then we play semis. I play semis for singles in nationals against Alistair Lee, is that his last name? But Alistair, okay, from Bintang as well. So the Bintang people are just taking me down one at a time. So Alistair from Bintang played him. Now, this is no offense to Alistair. Alistair's a great player, obviously. He can play very well. He's very well-rounded, right? But he's not the greatest player that I could have played against, okay? So it wasn't supposed to be like a very tough game for me. Let's say that, okay? But no hate to Alistair. I love Alistair. What happened was we were playing, and keep in mind that every step I took was like getting a nail like railed into my big toe, okay? And like keep it like, how when you play badminton, every time you go for a lunge and you're going like from the back court to the front court, and you like stop like suddenly and your foot just jams into your shoe? Yeah, just imagine that every single time, every single play, on my big toe. And then like, so I was in a lot of pain, and my hamstring was hurting, my toe was hurting, and I was just like, and I can't like for my hamstring, at least I can spray some like painkillers or something like that to like, help me with the pain. But with the big toe, you can't spray like painkiller on like, you know what I mean? So I was just taking the pain, right? And I think it was second game. I don't think we got the third game. I was about to win. I think I hit a great shot, and then this is what happened. And then I yelled into the crowd. I was like, who's the best in USA? And then, okay, that was so awkward. Like once that left my mouth, I knew. I was like, oh my God, that is the worst moment. Like that's like so awkward, because like whether you are the best player or not, like you shouldn't say that yourself. Okay, that's like just like an unspoken rule, right? You shouldn't say it yourself. But that was just so like embarrassing and awkward. But I regretted it instantly. Okay, but I won that game. And the funny thing is, I got to the finals, right? And I played Eric Duong, who I said, is like the toughest. And by that time, I was just like, it was quarters, semis, all Bintang players just cutting me down. And by the time I get to Eric, who's also from Bintang, I'm just already like, I couldn't play anymore. I couldn't move. Every step I took was like so painful. Like even after Alistair's game, my sock was just full of blood because every single time I hit it, it gets worse. So yeah, when I played Eric, I couldn't even move anymore. But yeah, so Eric won that game in finals, actually. So that's the awkward moment. Anyway, next question. Best memory of junior badminton. Best memory of junior badminton. That's actually a good one. I mean, I have some fun moments. I mean, of course, there's like those like really great moments where you win championships. Like the back-to-back I won with Derek was really good, right? I enjoy that one. That was one of the best memories you can say. But another time was the JIT one that I can think of. The last JIT I played. Oh yeah, fun fact. I actually made, the JIT is like a trial tournament for you to get into Pan Am, junior Pan Ams, right? Every year we have this trial, and whoever, gets top 2 or top 4, you make it to Junior Pan Ams, right? So the fun fact is I actually made every single Pan Ams that I tried out for, okay, except for the last one where I got hurt and I couldn't play anymore. But what made it so memorable was I was actually playing with Nakulan Karthikeyan, another player from Z. And keep in mind, Nakulan's not like top elite like player, right? But he's pretty good. He has good instincts and stuff like that. So we were playing, and then I got hurt like second day, first day. My knees, like I was playing mixed with Nicole, and it got hurt. And we still had games the next day. And what I had was like I had a tore like patella tendons like on both legs. So before I got to the tournament, right, and I was healing and doing rehab, so it kind of re-injured it. And then so I couldn't move at all. Like it hurts for me to walk, right? And then but I still wanted to play for Nakulan because Nakulan's been training really hard and like preparing for the tournament, which he usually doesn't do. Nakulan doesn't train most of the time, but so yeah, I wanted to keep playing just for Nakulan, right? Because he deserves it. And if we can make it a Pan Ams, maybe I have time to like recover, right? Maybe I have time to recover. So what happened was before the tournament, like before I got injured, we played horrible. We didn't play very good. I wouldn't say horrible. We didn't play very good because like we're both like kind of alpha males on the court, and we both want to take control, you know? And like we kind of like always clash against each other because we're always going for the same shot, and then we might run into each other, our rotation is off or something like that. And so it wasn't like very smooth, right, before the injury. But what happened was after the injury, I told Nakulan, like, I can't move, I'm just standing in one corner, you're gonna take the whole court for yourself. And this man went off. I'm telling you, this is JITs, guys. JIT is like one of the toughest tournaments you can play in, and people who play junior badminton, you would know, right? And so it's a very tough tournament. We're playing some top players, right? And I'm just standing in one corner, or I'm not standing in one corner, but like I'm moving around the coolant. Like I'm literally walking on the court while the play is going on, to go like get out of his way basically. And he just went off. He was blocking shots, killing it by himself. He was moving front to back, back to front, cross court, everything. He was doing everything. And this brother, man, I knew he was good. I knew he had good instincts, but he just on fire, taking over the game. Like I didn't hit a single shot. I'm not exaggerating when I say I just stood there, and like the opponents might try to hit to me, but Nakulan would just cut it off. He wouldn't let the bird get to me, right? So, and we actually won a couple games. We won one game where we lost when I was not injured, and then to the same pair, and then we played 3 games with Winston and Ryan, like playing like that. So imagine what we could have done. But that was definitely a really good moment. But I mean, best memory for junior badminton, I mean, with teammates, I really enjoyed, like we used to, like, Z has a lot of fun. Okay, Z has a lot of fun with the team, and we used to play like tag in the hotels, like the entire hotel. We'd be going up and down floors and stuff after the game, after the tournament, right? We'd be messing around, and those are just great moments, best memories. Next question. Best trick shot you've ever done? Okay, nice. I actually don't play a lot of trick shots, if you guys haven't noticed. Cause like, I mean, there's some trick shots where it's like you break down like your opponent's rhythm and slow them down, do stuff like that. Like those trick shots I will do. But like the very crazy ones where you do like behind the back, between your legs, like those, like I don't do, because our coaches don't like that, and we get yelled at if we do that during training. So it's just a habit thing. We just don't do it, and we're not, well, I'm not gonna say we, but I'm not good at it because we get yelled at when the coaches see us doing those crazy trick shots. But there is one trick shot but that I always do, and that's the 360 backhand smash, right? And I've hit some great shots with that, I'll tell you. I'm actually pretty proud about it. If you didn't watch the Derek Tan's podcast, I was actually talking about the shot I hit in quarters, I think, against Eric Chang and Karthik Kalyana Sundaram. I hit the game-winning shot with a 360 backhand smash in the front, and it felt so good, guys. It felt so good. And the reason why I hit that shot, like I do that shot a lot, is because it's just a natural instinct. Like even in training, I get yelled at for doing it, but like I just still do it. It's just every single time when the shot goes above my left shoulder, sometimes it's just instinct to just turn and bop, backhand, 360 backhand smash. So I don't know. It's just habit. That one's just habit, and it just comes out. And my favorite time that I used it, besides the nationals one in quarters, was in Houston. I was playing with Nicole, and that tournament, the funny thing about that tournament is like I have these different moods, I guess you can say. There's sometimes like I'm super serious, right? And sometimes I kind of pull back a little bit, and I'm like, it's too much, and you're kind of rushing on the court, and your mindset isn't right. So I start playing on the court. I start trying to have more fun on the court, and when that happens, some crazy stuff goes on, right? So with Nicole, like Nicole's not really used to like me messing around too much. So when I started joking around and just having fun on the court, she was kind of confused about it. But anyway, in the finals, we made it to the finals in Houston, the regional one, and we played, I think it was Steve Su and Jessica Fan. And I was so relaxed. I was just having the time of my life. I was hitting shots, and then they did like a lift or something, like half court in the middle, and I did a 360 backhand smash. And keep in mind, this is like towards the end of the court, like not really in the front, so I had to smash it pretty hard to kill that shot. So I did a 360 backhand smash, and I landed, and I was just in my head, I was like, damn, I look like Spider-Man right now or something. But yeah, that was just a great moment. One of the good trick shots. And next question, let's see. Favorite doubles partner. This one, I don't really have to think about it. I mean, look, that my brother right there. Yeah, that's Derek. I've actually played with a lot of, well, actually for mixed doubles, all of my partners, or almost all of my partners, were from Z. So we trained together. So I'm very close with all of my mixed partners. But for doubles, it's a little different because almost all my partners were from other clubs. Like, for example, I played with Eric Duong one year. He's from Bing Tang. I played with Dean. I don't even know what club Dean's from anymore. Dean is just all over the place. So I played one with Dean. Who else? I played one with Joey from BBC. So all of these players, amazing players, they're all from different clubs. So I don't have a very close relationship with them. So that's why for Derek, he was actually from BBC as well, but he actually moved to Z when we started doing our doubles pairing. And then that brought us really close together, because it was one of my first time training with like my doubles partner, like alongside me. We're like always training together. And I think the process brought us together really close. Like we really suffered a lot together, and going through like training and just spending a lot of time in training together. So definitely Derek is my favorite doubles partner. And I'm not including Jeremy Chen or Nakulan Karthikeyan from Z, because they're a little different, because I played with them after I got injured and I couldn't really train that much. And of course, as teammates, I love both of them a lot. So just want to say that, unless if they're watching, I love you guys. Next question. What strings and rackets do you use? I think I answered this question in another podcast, but I'll say it again. I use Astrox 88D. I love that racket. But before that racket, I used Nano Speed 9900 for the longest time. I used it for the majority of my badminton career. So, but they stopped making it. But that's definitely one of the best rackets that Yonex ever made, in my opinion. And with the 88D, I use 95 string at around 30 pounds per, for string. So yeah, that's what I like. I like that high pound, because then it sounds crisp. When you smash, pow, it sounds good. So yeah, nice. Next question. Do you yell in training like tournaments? That's a good question, because if you've never watched my game before, I yell a lot in tournaments, especially if I'm in trouble or I need to like get my spirits up or something. I yell a lot. So I do yell in training, that's for sure. But it kind of depends. I like to train when there's like a full gym, you know, when Z is like full of people, like drop-ins, like parents and like high schoolers who are playing like, you know, playing for fun. I just like having like a loud gym, like people talking, and I don't like it when it's just us training and it's like super quiet and there's like no spirit in the room, you know. So but I do definitely yell at training. And if you come to Z's training, you're gonna hear a lot of yelling, you know, whether it's from me or Jerry or Jeremy or any person on the team yells. Any person on the team yells. So yeah, I do yell a lot during training. Yeah. Next question. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, I lost track. Okay. Oh, right here. Okay. Are you still playing badminton? Are you still playing badminton? I am still playing badminton. Like, I'm not playing. I don't think I'm getting ready for any tournaments anymore because I just have different goals now, you can say. But I am staying healthy. I'm staying fit. So I can, you know, play a tournament if I need to, right? And because I still love playing badminton, you know, I still want to play with my teammates, just to have fun sometimes. But tournaments right now, no, I'm not playing tournaments. Not thinking of playing any tournaments. So, but I'm still playing badminton. Yeah. Mix or doubles? I think they mean like, do you like to play mix or doubles? I like playing mix and doubles, to be honest, because it's a good combination to have. Because sometimes when you play too much of one event, like if you play too much mix, like it starts getting a little like, how do you say, like it starts like you want to change it up a little bit. So when you play doubles, a little bit different. And with mix, it's like, you know, I just have to cover more, and like it's a different playing style. But I love playing both. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be doubles, you know, because it's just obviously it's a lot faster because it's two guys, you know, playing, and it's a lot more driving, smashing, like back and forth. It's yeah. So if I had to pick, it would be doubles. But I love playing both. They're two different playing styles, you know. Next question. Why do YouTube? That's a good question. If you guys didn't know, I actually did Twitch back then because, you know, I thought it'd be pretty cool, and I was just like, you know, having fun with it. But I actually started doing YouTube because, well, I don't know. I always thought about doing YouTube before, and I always thought it would be fun, and I don't know. I think it would have been more fun if I did it earlier and actually like vlog my tournaments. Like I actually see Talia doing it. I don't know about other people, but I know Talia does do vlogs on her tournaments and stuff like that. That would have been pretty cool because I played a lot of tournaments. But yeah, I actually started the podcast, but I know why I started the podcast, because, you know, I wanted to give a platform for junior players to be able to express themselves and get that recognition that they deserve. Because obviously, you know, these junior players, they don't get, like badminton players, they don't get as much recognition as, for example, basketball players or football players or even tennis players. You know, tennis players get more attention. Junior tennis players get more attention than badminton players do. So I did want to start the podcast for that reason, and you know, give everyone a chance to just say what they want. Because I know that for myself, I would like, you know, I would have loved for somebody to start something like this and just give me an opportunity to say something about what I do, because we put a lot of work in, you know, into badminton, and it's tiring. All right, we need to get our credit. But yeah. Anyway, next question. Favorite umpire. That's actually a good question. I like I've had a lot of umpires. Favorite umpire. That's a tough one. Actually, I know who it is. Okay, first of all, I just want to say I love all the umpires. I appreciate what they do for us, because a lot of them, sometimes they don't do it for any money. They just spend their time there for hours standing and just keeping score and officiating. So I do appreciate every single umpire that does the job. But my favorite umpire is actually somebody that most people don't know. It was actually, I think his son's name is Charles, but it's Charles's dad. I don't know his name, but the reason why he's my favorite umpire, he's a hilarious guy. He's very funny, and he's the first person in my badminton career where he said my name right without me telling him anything. Okay, so he said my name right, and I was just so happy. I remember he purposely, when he introduced me, he purposely said it right, and he looked at me when he said it, and I started laughing. It was good though. I love the guy, and I appreciate him. He's a good umpire. But yeah, shout out to him. Next question: how to find good partners? That's a good question actually too. How to find good partners? Good partners. Good partners. Well, what I look in partners is usually work ethic, especially if they train with me, especially if it's one of my teammates and I know them really well. I like to pick on work ethic, and because that, no matter how good you are, if you're not willing to work hard, it's not gonna work. Even with work ethic is a big thing for me, because if you're not good, at least you can work hard to get where you are, right? And that shows with Jacqueline. When I first started with Jacqueline, she wasn't the greatest, right? But she works really hard. Jacqueline works really hard, at least when she was trying still. When she was in her prime, she worked really, really hard. She hit against the wall every day after training and puts in a lot more extra work than everybody else. And she was able to reach that level. But of course, after she started getting ready for college and stuff, she came down. But during that time, she worked very hard. That's an example. But for doubles, for people I pick outside of my club, I usually look for just good people, honest, good people who, they're down to earth, just good people, like Derek. If Derek's one of the best people you can meet, and his parents are great. I also, besides the kid, I like to look at the parents too. And in junior badminton, that's a smart thing to do. That's something you should look for. When you pick partners, keep in mind that parents plays a big part. If you don't like their parents, it's going to be a tough partnership. I'm telling you, because they're going to be talking on the court and then telling you what to do. And trust me. So it's good. It's very important to find a partner find a partner who's very down to earth. Their parents are down to earth. Good example is Derek. Derek is just great person, right? And then his parents are just, you can't say anything about Derek's parents. It's just, they're amazing people, right? Same thing with Eric Duong, great people. He's a great person. His parents are great. Everybody, so that's what I pick partners on. That's what I pick partners on. So yeah, if you find that useful, you can use it. Next question: why do you talk so much in a game? Okay, I think I know what they're talking about. So I like to talk to my partners a lot for singles and doubles. Doing great, keep going, 1 point at a time. You got this, encouraging them and everything, every single point. And if you ever play with Derek, he says it too now, because I kind of got it in him. I like to take credit for it. Anyway, why do I talk so much? Because what I found is that when you communicate with your partner, whether it's strategic or encouraging, is very important. It makes them perform better. That's why. When you want to win titles, that's what you do. So what I realized is, no matter how they're playing, whether it's good or bad, it's always important to talk to your partners, make sure that they're okay, and make sure that they know that you're okay. All right. That's why I do it, because they know oh, he got my back, and he's not pissed about what I just did 2 seconds ago. Right. So yeah, I think it's very important to talk to your partners, communicate with them, encourage them, talk strategy with them. Every single point. I do it every single point, and I want titles. So that's what you do. Next question. Playing for UCLA. Yes, I will be playing for UCLA. At least that's the plan for now. I don't want to be like, but yeah, I am planning to play for UCLA. That's why I still play badminton. Yeah, just to prepare for it, make sure I'm in good shape, But yeah, that definitely. Looking forward to it, actually. Next question. Favorite food. That's okay. I'm a really big food guy. For the people that know me, you guys know that, I was pretty chubby when I was a kid, and I just love eating. I love eating. And like, I don't skip meals. I love, food in general. But my favorite go-to food for like comfort is pho. Okay, like a big bowl of pho. Anytime, like every single time I get off the plane, I go to a pho like restaurant right away to get a bowl of pho. So like, for like whether I'm sad or happy, I always go get a bowl of pho. It makes me happy. Like, if like, I remember for JIT, the most recent one that I lost with Nicole, I was pretty down about it because I really wanted to win. I worked hard for it, and I got injured, right? So I didn't really have a choice. I was pretty, upset, and then I got off the plane. The first thing I did was go get a bowl of pho, and I felt great. I was very happy afterwards, But if I had to choose something besides pho, it would be hot pot. I eat a lot of hot pot. Anyone would tell you that. I eat a lot of hot pot, and you probably seen it on my Instagram too if you follow me. I post a lot of hot pot stuff. So yeah, I eat pho and hot pot. Those are great. Next question. Favorite tournament. I mean, the most fun I had in the tournament was probably in the Junior Pan Ams in Peru. The party was so lit afterwards. It was ridiculous. Peruvians, we know how to party. I'm Peruvian, if you didn't know. We know how to party. Yeah. It was great. It was in a resort next to the beach where my mom actually used to coach. So like a long time ago. And yeah, that was really fun. But besides that, I mean, favorite tournament, winning the back-to-back was pretty good. That was always one of my highlights. But yeah, definitely for fun, like that was pretty fun. Next question, what you doing during quarantine? I've actually been doing a lot. As you can see, I got some, oh my God, I just realized I have like really bad circles. But I've been doing online school for UCLA. That one for sure, right? That one for sure. And what else? I've been doing some investing and practicing that. And also I've been reading a lot. And then I also do the coaching thing. I do coaching for the online physical training class. I coach every single class and make, with Coach Lei, we make the plans for it every day. So definitely go check that out. It's a good class. I put a lot of effort into it. Yeah. And I play video games just like everybody else once in a while, but I only play on my phone. I don't play the ones on the computer. It just takes too long to load for me. And by the time it loads, I'm just like, I don't want to play anymore. So yeah, I do play on my phone sometimes. But yeah, besides that, it's just, that's about it. I train a little bit, you can say that. But yeah, anyway, next question. Pre-game routine. I actually have a pretty fixed pre-game routine. Like, I don't know about everybody else, but what I like to do is, if I'm tired, if it's like the second day or the third day of the tournament, I would take like 10 minutes sometimes power nap. Just fall asleep, get up, ready to go, right? And those really help. When I was young, I didn't know. Like, I was like, oh, I don't want to take a nap. Like, Coach Lei always tell me, take a nap, relax, get your focus back, right? And I was like, no, I don't want to take a nap. I want to go play. So it's actually really good if you take a power nap. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, power nap. It's good. When you wake up, you feel energized. And then I usually start my warm-up 30 minutes before the game starts. I like to time it 30 minutes before the game starts. I stretch, and then I do running. And then like the set of warm-ups that we do at training. And then I get onto the court to like with like probably 15 to 10 minutes to go before they call us. I get on the court, I do some drives, I do some clears, I get warm, sweat a little bit, ready to go. That's it. So that's my pregame routine. Definitely. It works for me. So everyone's a little different. Anyway, next question. Favorite gym to play in? I like to play in the Boston one for JIT. For some reason, I just play really well on those courts. I don't know why. I just enjoy it. I also like playing in the Bintang court in South San Francisco. One of my favorite courts. Not on the left side. I like playing on the right side. The left side, there's this left side is kind of like, it kind of hits, like the lights get my eyes a little bit, but right side, I like the right side, especially the court where it's like where we played the Nationals quarters against Eric Chain and Karthik. That court, like where like everybody can see, like, cause it's literally like on two sides it's open, so there's no court, so a lot of people can watch your games. So I really like that. But yeah, but for the most prestigious gym I played in was probably the one in World Juniors. If you see right there, those are some nice courts, guys. Some nice courts. But definitely they had like red carpets out and everything. So that was definitely great courts. Next question. Have you ever played through an injury? Yes, a lot of injuries. If you know me, well, not a lot of injuries. Only towards the end where I got my knees hurt, it was pretty bad. But they're usually, when I play through injuries, they're injuries where I accidentally like get hurt. Where, for example, like I fell off a bike. Okay, so I actually learned to bike pretty late, and I was just having fun with it. I was riding my bike. I was like, whoa, I know how to ride bikes. And then I fell and I put my hand on the ground like that when I fell, and it kind of just got it like hurt my ligament in my wrist, right? And I had a tournament a week later in BBC, and I was playing up for it. Like I was playing a higher age group, so it was I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So Coach Lay brought me to, we found these doctors in San Francisco, and they wrapped my hand in this weird smelling thing, and it didn't really help that much. So what we did was, every single time when I train, I would put Tiger Balm on it. I don't know if it helped, and a lot of painkiller. Like a lot of, like, I used to spray one. I don't use Advil or anything. I use the spray. It makes the pain go away a little bit, but like, the deep pain inside is still there. So, and I kind of wrap my wrist up so it doesn't move too much, and just play like that. And then I played the BBC tournament a week later like that, right? I had to wrap my hand. It was like swollen, and I won first place. Yes, I won first place, because guess what? Your man pushed through it. And what happened was, after every single game, I would just have ice packs around my hand, just like completely. It was my right hand too, so the hand that I used to play. But yeah, I pushed through it, won first, and then took a break after the tournament because it was painful. And I needed a break. But yeah, that was definitely one of the good moments. JIT, I mentioned, I got hurt again when I was playing with Nicole, and Nicole took over that stuff, right? And then Nationals, where I got my toe, I pulled my hamstring, I got my toe on the ground. It was just a weird movement I did, and it was just not good. So yeah, you played through it. You're an athlete. Toughen up. That's right. Next question. Last question, actually. I just realized. Last question. Oh my god, I can't believe this guy asked this question. Ever had a crush on your mixed partner? If so, who? The answer is yes, and I'm not gonna say who, because I will get killed. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave it as, because yeah. All right, that is the end of the podcast today. Not podcast. What am I saying? Oh my god, I'm so used to saying that. But yeah, that is the end of the Q&A today with me. Make sure if you like it, please click the like button and the subscribe button down below. It's greatly appreciated. And of course, if you want to participate in these Ask Me questions or ask people who come onto the podcast questions, definitely give me a follow in my Instagram down below in the description. And you can participate in that, ask questions, all that good stuff. It's fun. Join it. Why not? And remember to sign up for the online physical training class. It's a great class. I know everybody, like, some places are already starting quarantine again and you can't leave your house. It's a great place to start, building your body, getting ready to get back on the court. And we also practice footwork and agility and reflexes and everything you can imagine. It's just a very systematic training. You know, every day we do some to a different part of the body, and you know, give yourself an overall boost, right? So definitely go check that out. Give me, you know, a DM in my Instagram, or email me with the email down below in the description. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.